All right, still on the situation in Stillfontein, the mining affected communities united in action led by the Lawyers for Human Rights have filed an urgent application for direct access to the Constitutional Court. This as the Stillfontein mining saga continues. Meshack Mbangula is the mining affected communities united in action's national coordinator and joins us live now this evening. Meshack, good evening to you and thank you so much for your time. So what prompted this latest action?
Since we applied again, we filed an emergency to the court on the 20th, to make sure that the government uphold the law by supplying or preserving the life of people that's underground in Stillfontein. And we felt that is the Judge Mazabugo, shielded everything for not really pushing the police, the MPR, and the mine itself to continue to preserve the life of people by supplying food and making sure that people surface. So, and now we put it urgently so because now communities, the organization that were supplying with food, significantly so, have run out of food. And we believe the government, it's their obligation to uphold the law to make sure that his people, Section 27 says very well, they've got the right to sufficient food and water, and Section 11, the right to life. But we find that they don't uphold that law, and in fact, they're breaking the law. And what is the reality stepping us is that is the mine and the DMPR who failed to make sure that they close the shaft correctly or they close the mine in a right manner. But what they did is they just dumped the shaft. But they didn't just dump the shaft, they jumped even the people who were working in the mines. And after facing the poverty, they went down there. So it's the mine that is responsible for not closing the shaft correctly. And the MPR was supposed to regulate that and make sure that this mine, they do the right thing. But that has not been done. And the judge, unfortunately, didn't really go and make sure that all that information, the facts that we're giving, were not really considered.
So there are still concerns, though, even with the previous speaker, that despite all of that, these are individuals who went underground illegally.
Sorry?
There are still concerns, including our previous speaker, who's a crime analyst, who are still concerned that despite all of this that you've mentioned, those people went underground illegally.
Yes, what happened is, you see, where does the problem start? It starts with the mine, digging gold, looting minerals, and there is a procedure of rehabilitation. If that mine was rehabilitated and other sectors will be able to use that land for something else, maybe create jobs. But the mine looted minerals and left this shaft like that, and rehabilitation processes was not followed. So it's a crime itself. And the DMPR was supposed to make sure that these mines are held accountable for not closing these mines.
So but is it not a crime to also go underground a mine you do not own? And I understand what you're talking about when you're talking about the issue of minerals. I get it. And I hear the fact that you talk about even the issue of, the closure of shafts, because it is something that we've spoken to the department about to say that what happens now, because there was a fault there. But are you saying that because the shaft was left open, then a crime was not committed by those who went underground a mine they don't own?
You see, what happens before is, from 2014, we've been engaging DMRE by then, now DMPR, to say, look, let's transform these sectors, to formalize these sectors so that we can have these people legally so working in this shaft. And from 2014 till now, nothing happens. Yes, it is illegal. But even if it's illegal to work underground, you have, as a government, obligation to make sure the life of people is preserved. We have people in jail who have 3 meals a day, but they are criminals. What is wrong with these criminals? If they are criminals, take them out, don't smoke them out there and die there.
So, Meshack, pardon me for coming in there. In just that very point, right? How concerned are you about these reports that we've seen, though, suggesting that underground, it is quite dangerous. Police should not even go underground because there are kingpins as claimed, that there are kingpins who are now still holding people against their will underground, and should the police then be able to do that, there's going to be a problem, and that some of them are saying that they were even starved of food and they were not given the food because they needed to work for these kingpins before they got this food that was meant for them.
You see, we at Stillfontein, we are with police. And when we took out somebody out there, they come up with letters stating very well that is, please assist us, we want to come out of this. And we're having a lot of people that are sick and starving there. We need assistance. And those letters, when they come out, we read them with police. So now we have wrong narratives from other media to talk about people that are having guns and whatever. We have kingpins. And nothing has come. People have been coming out. Even today, we have been in court.
So wait, are you saying these reports are a lie? That there are kingpins underground that are holding people against their will? Is that what you're saying?
Exactly that, because we are with police in Stillfontein. Anybody that comes out or the letter comes out, we read it all together. There's nothing like kingpins. We provide food and we do everything, and they know anything that comes out. They even interview those people that comes out into their tents, and no one have ever said we're having problems. We are shocked to have these people from nowhere, which is, surface from nowhere, and talking about kingpins and so on.
So what about the claims of cannibalism?
We've been almost 30 days there, and we've been taking out people, we've been reading letters, and the system, the place is so dangerous now that is, people are starving. And with the letter that we got last time, it states very well that is, we are so starving that is, we end up wanting to eat the flesh of the people that are already dead.
So they want to eat the flesh, or have they eaten the flesh, according to what you know from what you've spoken to those underground?
They will be tempted to eat that flesh if there is no solution to that.
So they haven't?
We will obviously try and find out more information, but it's difficult to find out what is happening, because they will end up eating it, because as we speak, the system that we're using in Stillfontein to put people down, to take people, to put food down and surface people, it's being destroyed, by the Stillfontein Mine. And as we speak, we cannot even be able to put food down and surface people, because the system that has been used, the walls have been sabotaged by the Stillfontein Mine.
So, Meshack, what happens if you do not get your way with the court? What's going to happen?
Obviously, the community is very angry. We will take this to the state. We will not really keep quiet about it, because if the court takes the narrative of the wrong media and think this is the right to have people being killed, we will definitely do something around those things and do away with those things, because it's really unfortunate situation.
All right, Meshack, let's see then what happens and how then does it play out to the courts. But thank you so much for giving us that update there. That's Meshack Mbangula, who's the Mining Affected Communities United in Action's National Coordinator.